How to remove an E36 transmission in under an hour. Let's get started. Step 1, go to your trunk, get a 13 mil, and undo your ground. Part 2, raise the car. Loosen up the exhaust bolts. For me, these are 15 millimeter. Bottom strut support, you got 16 millimeter there. For me, I also have 13 millimeter there for the cross brace. Also, you could undo these Phillips heads, so you could undo the oxygen sensor lift under here and hold that in the middle, because next we're gonna be taking off these rubber mounts. Then in the back, there's 4 13 millimeter bolts, 2 on each side. And then I also have one more jack if you're doing this by yourself. This is how it looks without the exhaust. Now we're gonna take off this heat shielding. You got 2 10 millimeter bolts here at this midpoint. We're gonna remove these, and then 2 back here at the very front, putting a jack stand right at the front of the engine to help angle the transmission out and more importantly back in. So let's do that and loosen up these 2 13 millimeters that held the rubber. And with them just loosened, you'll be able to pull this whole entire heat shield off. Next, you're gonna wanna get a 13 millimeter and take these 2 bolts off, one right here, disregard this one. Next, get to the drive shaft, get an 18 millimeter, put it on this side that's connected, that's the actual drive shaft, and then get another 18 millimeter, come in behind it, hold it. You're also gonna want your car neutral with the handbrake off, so you can start spinning this drive shaft to get to the other ones. 3 18 millimeter bolts out. You can take off these 13 millimeter bolts and then get something to be able to pull the drive shaft off to the side over here. Gonna come to the top of the transmission and take off this clip. It'll be all the way up there, and it just pushes off pretty easily. Like that. Looks like that. And then there's, for me, a 13 millimeter bolt with a 13 millimeter nut on it. So on the left side, you can see the slave cylinder. There is just 2 bolts. They're both 13, one right here, and then one on the very top up there. And I want an E10 socket, and you're gonna be taking out this bolt, and one right there. You're actually gonna be wanting to take out all the bell housing bolts, and since the trans brace is still on, you don't need to support it at the moment. And then we're also gonna want to take off this 10 millimeter on this side. All right, you're gonna want a pretty long extension. We are going after the starter, which uses an E12, 2 of them for my starter. The bolt it's on right now, or next to that one, you're actually gonna want to go one above that. And you can kind of feel it if you walk on to the driver's side of the car, but it is. Okay, so now you're gonna get an E14. You got this bolt up there, one right there, and then one more at the very top right there. And then the last bolt will be at the very top, up on this side. So all the way down there, I like going on the passenger side is the last bolt. Passenger side. And then this is also where your transmission's stamped if you ever need to know. It's 4 13 millimeter bolts on the trans mount, but before you take them out, I want you to put a strap and loop it around once or even twice like I did, just to ensure that it won't roll over or slip off